Hello guys, so we'll be dealing with the radiation physics third part. It is a very small topic but a lot of number of MCQs from this topic. We'll be dealing with the interaction of X-rays with the matter and dosimetry, that how the X-rays are going to behave with the matter and what about the doses and all. So let's start it fastly. Interaction of X-rays with the matter will come in the form of photoelectric absorption, Compton scattering, coherent scattering and beam attenuation. So photoelectric absorption is usually 27% and your Compton scattering is your 54% and coherent scattering is your only 7%. So they can ask you the question which one is more, the answer will be your Compton scattering. Fine. And in case of dosimetry, we are going to deal with your exposure and your air karma and absorbed dose and equivalent dose, effective dose and radioactivity, these points. So let's start with the photoelectric absorption. So as I have told you that photoelectric absorption is around 27% and this is not the major part that is playing in the X-rays of the interaction with the matter. And since the name itself suggests absorption, it means that whatever will be the incident photon over the piece of matter, it will be absorbed. It will not come out in any case. So what happens is that you can see in this diagram that whenever there is an incident photon like this, it is coming and it will be absorbed. But what it will do, it will release an electron, and whenever it will release an electron, it will ionize that atom, and as a result of the release of the electron, a vacancy is created, and when that vacancy is created, the electron from the upper orbit will come down and it will produce a radiation that is known as characteristic radiation. That is of not much importance, but yeah, here you can understand that it is going to ionize the atom, and the occurrence is 27%, and whatever the electron is released, that is not of that much energy that it can ionize another atom, so it is also absorbed. These are the points that you should be knowing, and this is the way photoelectric absorption is done. So here it comes that the process occurs when an incident photon interacts with the electrons and inner orbit of an atom, and patient loses all its energy, and the photon loses all its energy and photon stops to exist, and whatever will be the electron that will come out, suppose the incident photon is of the energy 5. Fine, suppose the incident photon is of the energy 5, and the binding energy of the electron with both the orbit is 1. So the electron that will come out will be incident photon minus the energy that was required to break the bond between both the orbits, so it will be of 4. So this will be the energy of the emitted electron, but not much question upon this topic, just the percentage, and it is going to ionize the atom. Fine. Next is your Compton scattering. Compton scattering, very important, that it is 57%, and since it is scattering, the incident photon is going to scatter and it is going to deflect, and it is going to come out in a different direction of the incident photon, and in this case a recoil electron will also come, ionization will also be there in this. Suppose for example an incident photon is of energy 5 and recoil, it will just remove an electron that will be of the energy 2, so it will, the scattered photon will come out in the energy that is known as your 3. Scattered photon will be of the energy that will be of the lesser amount than the energy that was incidented on the atom. So you don't have to go much into the phenomena, but yeah, it causes the release of the electrons, and there is not much about the atomic number or binding energy and all, so it causes scattering, the photon is not absorbed, and it is 57%, it is maximum. That is a question that can be asked. Next is your coherent scattering. Coherent scattering is very less, that is 7%. Fine, and the incident photon becomes momentarily excited, the incident photon stops to exist, and the excited atom quickly returns to the grounded state and generate an X-ray photon with the same energy as the incident photon. Suppose incident photon is of the 5, the scattered photon will again be of the 5. The same energy as it came, the same it will move out. The scattered photon of the same energy but at a different angle from the incident photon. So the percentage you should be knowing: photoelectric is 27, 54 Compton, and coherent is 7%. Maximum questions on the percentages only. Fine. Next comes your dosimetry. About dosimetry, you should be knowing exposure. Exposure is the amount of ionization of an air by X-rays or gamma rays that it is exposed. It is causing ionization. Its SI unit is coulomb per kg and traditional unit is Roentgen. This is the only thing that you should be knowing. Next comes out to be the karma is the kinetic energy that is transferred to the charged particle, and its SI unit is gray. That is what you should be knowing. Absorbed dose is the dose that is absorbed by a mass. Its SI unit is gray and traditional unit is radian. 1 gray is 100 radian. This conversion you should be knowing. Question is asked: equivalent dose is like if the same matter is given, the same dose means alpha particles is given the same dose, and 1 gray of the alpha particle, 1 gray of the X-ray. So alpha particles are going to cause the more damage. So it is basically the absorbed dose, and means equivalent dose, the same dose, but which one is causing more damage to C. That's why we give the same dose, and its SI unit is sievert and traditional unit is REM. Effective dose is something, the sum of the equivalent doses weighted by the radio sensitivity of the exposed to the tissue or organ. Suppose different tissues are going to respond differently, like your bones are going to respond differently, soft tissues are going to respond differently. So effective dose is the amount of dose above which it is going to cause damage. This is effective. Fine. So that is why it is known as effective dose. If you give more than this, it can lead to damage of that tissue or organ, and its SI unit is sievert, and radioactivity is rate of radioactivity decay. Traditional unit is Curie and SI unit is Becquerel. Simple questions, and these are the only things that can be asked in it. It's SI unit, traditional unit, and in some cases conversion. That's it. But no one is and a little bit of the question: what is equivalent dose, and what is effective dose, and what is radioactivity. Basically on these 3 topics only questions are asked. So let me continue. So exposure, you can see that it is the capacity of the X-rays or gamma rays to ionize the air, and traditional unit is Roentgen. Right? And next comes your air karma. It is basically a transfer of the kinetic energy, transfer energy to the electrons of the absorber, and its unit is gray, and that's it. You should be knowing this thing. Let me tell you its unit, that it's gray. SI unit is gray. Fine. And then come to the absorbed dose. Absorbed dose is measure of the total energy that is absorbed by any type of absorbed. You can remember that is the energy that is absorbed, and its SI unit is gray, and traditional unit is radian, and 1 gray is 100 radian. Then comes equivalent dose. I have told you already that if you have given like 1 gray of alpha particle, 1 gray of X-ray photons, and then you will see that biological effectiveness will be different. Means if you are giving the same quantity of both alpha and X-rays, equivalent dose, but linear energy transfer of the alpha particles will be more, so the damaging caused by the alpha particles will be more. You just have to remember its SI unit, that it is sievert, and traditional unit is REM, and 1 sievert is 100 REM. That's it. Next is effective dose. I have told you that is about effective dose, that how much is that tissue going to have that dose till it starts showing negative changes. So SI unit is sievert and traditional unit is Roentgen. REM, 1 sievert is 100 REM. You should be knowing. Next is radioactivity, that describes the decay of the sample, and its SI unit is Becquerel, and traditional unit is Curie. That's it. These are the things that can be asked, and you have to remember basically this complete table. Fine. And You can remember equivalent dose like E, S, R. This is what I remember. E for equivalent dose, S for sievert, and R for REM. And here you can remember radioactivity as R, B, C. R for radioactivity, B for Becquerel, and C for Curie. Effective dose you can remember as a sievert, and absorbed dose is Gray. This is simply that you can so ESR and RBC are the two mnemonic you can remember, and थोड़ा सा exposure you need to remember. You might forget, but yeah, these two mnemonics are enough for you, that so that you can easily remember absorbed dose, equivalent dose, effective dose, radioactivity. Karma note, much questions are asked and you have to remember only your exposure part, that is rho antigen and coulomb per kg. Fine. So this all is done in the end. Every morning you have got two choices: either you can continue to sleep, or you can get up and work with your dreams, and you can chase them. That's it. I want to say, every morning get up and give first 90 minutes to the most effective thing of your life that you are going through. And because early mornings are the effective part of the day, whatever you can do in initial 1 to 2 hours of the day, early morning are the things you might take later part of the day to do it in a more time. So just get up in the morning, work hard for your dreams, keep studying. God bless you. Bye bye.